Welcome back to Called to Be Seen. I'm Jordan Lynae. First, I want to say thank you so much for all of you that is taking the time to listen. Whether you're listening, you're driving, making dinner, walking outside, getting ready for the morning, or maybe you're just sitting with your journal and a cup of coffee, I really want to tell you how thankful I am for letting me be a part of your day. I don't take any of that lightly. I know how busy we can get. A lot of times in the doing, especially summertime, having your family and going. So again, I want to say thank you so much. I don't think you're here because you're looking for another strategy. I think you're here because something inside of you knows you're meant for more. Maybe you've built a business. Maybe you've raised lots of children, grandchildren. Maybe you've spent years taking care of everyone else. Maybe you've been super successful by the world's standards, but there's still this quiet whisper that keeps showing up. There has to be more. I know that whisper. I've lived it for years. A few mornings ago, I was sitting outside before anyone else in my house. It's one of my favorite times because it's all about you. It's the only time in the house when it's super quiet and you get to do you. It was one of those mornings where everything just felt still. The sun was coming up, the birds were out, and I had my cup of coffee in my hand. Those mornings have become so important to me. There are the moments where I really stop trying to figure everything out and I simply quiet and listen. As I was sitting there, one question really came to my heart, and questions tend to come up because they want to make sure, are you listening? But something really came to my heart. If I already believed I was called, what would I do differently today? Not next year, not after my book launches, not after another certificate, another up level, not after more followers, more money, but today. And honestly, that question exposed something in me because they're questions that we continue to answer in different levels of where we're at. If I'm being honest, there have been so many seasons in my life where I have said that I trust in God, I trust in myself, but my actions have showed I was still waiting for permission from people, permission from circumstances, permission from success, permission to finally believe that I was enough. And maybe you all have felt that also. Maybe you've all prayed for that clarity, talking yourself out of every single opportunity that has showed up. Maybe you've asked God for another sign when deep down you already knew what he was asking you to do. I think so many of us say we're waiting on God, but what if God isn't waiting? What if we are? What if he's already placed a dream inside of you? What if he's already equipped you? What if he's already been opening all of the doors and the fear simply sounds louder than the faith? That thought has stayed with me for so many years, and it's something continued to embody because when I look back over my own life and I realize something, I have spent so many years building businesses. I built my salon from the ground up. I started other companies. I launched a tea company. I've coached incredible women. I've helped so many entrepreneurs grow their businesses and their brands. And from that outside, it probably looked like confidence. But there were so many moments where I questioned myself, moments where I wondered, am I really the woman to lead this? Have you ever experienced that? People tell you you're so inspiring. People believe in you. People see your gifts, yet somehow your belief never quite becomes your belief. It's one of the strangest places to live because you can accomplish so many incredible things in life. You can feel the freedom at times. You can feel on cloud nine. You can build huge success, but every single level of success comes another level of identity, another level of embodying the future self as yourself now. For years, I thought that confidence would arrive after I hit that goal. I thought when I make more money, when I make more people know my name, when I finish the book, when I have the perfect website, when everything looks polished, that's when I'll finally feel ready. But life has a funny way of teaching us simple lessons and something completely different. Confidence is not the starting line, it's the fruit of the obedience. You don't become confident before you take the step. You become confident because you keep taking the tiny steps one after another. Every conversation, every decision, every hard season, every uncomfortable yes when your gut wants to tell you no, but you continue to say, yes, I am doing the thing. Every moment you choose courage over your own self-comfort, that's where confidence is built, not in the hiding, not in the softening your voice in movement. And here's something that I realized that has completely changed how I look at leadership. Leadership isn't about having all the answers. Leadership is simply going first. It's saying, I don't have any of this figured out, but I'm willing to take the next step. I'm willing to push forward. I am resilient. That gives other people permission to do the same. For so long, I thought being seen meant becoming famous, being on all the shows, speaking my stories, but there is a certain way to speak your stories out to your audience. And now I know that's not any of it. Being seen has nothing to do with attention. It has everything to do with your alignment. It's living in such deep agreement with who God has created you to be that you stop abandoning your own voice. You stop shrinking your dreams to make other people comfortable. You stop editing yourself just to fit into rooms you've already outgrown. That's what the movement is all about. Called to be Seen was never about social media. It has never been about becoming an influencer. It was never about chasing visibility. It's always been about remembering who you were before fear convinced you to play small, who you were before disappointment made you question yourself, your voice, remembering who you were before rejection became your identity. I know so many of you can relate to rejection because I feel that a lot of times rejection is also lessons. And if we don't learn from that lesson, rejection continues to show itself until we see it, and then we're able to move past it. I truly believe that your voice isn't something that you find. It's something that you remember. And maybe that's why you're here. Maybe this isn't about building a bigger business. Maybe this season is about becoming the woman who can actually carry the life that she has been praying for. Because here's the truth. More money doesn't heal insecurity. More followers does not create higher identity. More success doesn't remove all of the fear. If anything, growth reveals what's already there. That's why I care so deeply about identity, because identity first changes everything. When you know who you are, you stop chasing every single opportunity and you start choosing alignment. When you know who you are, you don't need to prove yourself. Your presence speaks before your words ever do. When you know who you are, you don't compare your timeline to all of the top gurus because when they say they figured it all out super fast, back history wise, they have taken tiny step after tiny step after tiny step to figure out what they know to be able to share with the world. A lot of times it doesn't happen overnight. You trust your timeline and your season that you're in. I've had so many seasons where I've wondered why things are taking so much longer than expected. And I know so many of you can relate to that. Being an entrepreneur of 17 years, I grew brick and mortar businesses from the ground up. I started my very first business 17 years ago, living in a trailer with my 2 children. I had that dream. I had that vision. Honestly, it was a brand new city. I had no idea how it was going to happen, but I had that vision that it was going to be the most successful